whole month, I can't believe it, a whole month of using my Fauxbonichi. I started, my very first entry was Wednesday the 29th of October, and I am actually recording this video on Friday the, I can't even think what the date is today, Friday the 28th of November. So 28th to the 28th of November, it's been a whole month. I know you guys won't see this till the Tuesday, but I had time today to film, so I thought it would be quite opportune to sort of do a recap on the whole, on like a month's worth of use. So my month's worth of use spans October as well as November, and following on from my last video, a lot of people were quite interested to see how I'd be using my Fauxbonichi, because I sort of said that I was going to use it a little bit differently to how other people were using theirs, only a little bit, not massively, and so a lot of you said you'd really like to see a flip through, so I'm really happy to do a flip through for you. I'm just using my Fauxbonichi as kind of like documenting and recording the events of the day. There isn't really anything like private or confidential in this journal, which is why I'm very happy to share. I have a separate journal mainly for writing that I use for kind of thoughts and feelings and processing stuff that might have gone on and all that kind of stuff, which I never share with you guys, which you totally understand, because it's like, and you wouldn't want to see anyway, because if you really saw what goes on in his head sometimes, you'd be like, whoa. So yeah, so that's why I'm really happy to share, because it's just really documenting what's gone on in the day. So I'll do a flip through of you, and let me know. As I said, I'm very happy to share, and I've sort of shared some snippets of some doodles that I've done over on my Instagram account. If you like the flip through that I'm about to do, let me know if you want to see more of them, and how often. Do you want to see a monthly one, or a every now and then one, or a what? I'll be led by you guys. If you want to see a monthly flip through, then I'm happy to do one. I know there are plenty of other people on YouTube that also do a monthly flip through, so I don't know whether once a month is kind of a bit overkill with everybody else doing it as well. You know, so who knows, I might not even keep this up every day for, you know, so I might not even be able to do a monthly flip through, but I'm going to try. I've enjoyed it so far. So yeah, let me know how often, if you want to see a flip through, and how often you want to see a flip through, and I'll see if I can do that. Anyway, I shall turn the camera around and flip out. Okay, so I left the very first page blank. Don't know why. I thought maybe at some point I might kind of do I don't know, like a cover or something. So I'm not sure how in-depth you want a flip through as well, so just let me know how in-depth you want me to flip. But I shall just kind of show you my pages, and as you will see, it took a little bit of a while for me to kind of develop my own style, as it does, you know, with every journal. You kind of, you know, need to develop your own style of doodling, how you want to do stuff, and it took me a few pages in to kind of get comfortable with it and, you know, rock and roll with it. And as you'll see, I am using my Fauxbonichi slightly differently, like with the date and everything at the top. So yeah, so it's just a mixture of writing and doodles. As the journal goes on, you'll see that there's more kind of writing that starts to appear. I love my happy sun doodle and my pumpkin. That was Halloween. I really love that. So yeah, I don't, you know, let me know again how in depth you want a flip through to be, whether you want me to talk you through each page, or whether you're just happy just to see. I've never drawn an aeroplane before. My very first attempt at drawing an aeroplane, my mum, and that was the day, Saturday the 1st of November, that my parents emigrated to Italy. So all that we did on that day was literally just, you know, have a nice lazy morning with them, eat a nice breakfast. We drove them to Heathrow, which is near London, and dropped them off, and then kind of came home, and that's all that we really did that day. So that's why that kind of takes over the entire page. But yeah, I'm quite pleased, considering that's my first ever drawing of an aeroplane. I was quite pleased. So yeah, so like I've got a mix here of just like little sketches and little text blocks. But then, as you'll see, some of the pages that go further in are a lot of text for example, this one. You know, because some days you can't. I mean, some days are quite mundane or monotonous. Some days I do the same things every day, and so sometimes I find it hard to think back on what I did for the day. And sometimes I find it easier just to kind of do like one main doodle that takes over the most of the page, rather than do lots of little things. But I'm just kind of having fun with it and seeing how it goes, and just, you know, just kind of rocking and rolling with it, really. As I say, some days there are more doodles than others. But yeah, that's me with my friend's little baby. And I've started to use some washi tape in my pages as well. Not on every page, but on some pages where I either fancy it or feel like it could benefit with some washi. This was fireworks night was on the 5th of November, but we went to our display on the 7th. Bit of a lame-o attempt at a firework, but you know, I've never drawn a firework before, so it represents what I was trying. It represents what I wanted it to represent, so that's good enough for me. That's John. That's what John looks like in doodle form. He had a haircut that day. John always laughs when I do him in a doodle form, because he always thinks I make him look a bit like Elvis with the massive sideburns, and he's always like, "What's going on with my hair? My hair's not that crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, but you've got sticky up spiky hair. That is how I see you in cartoon form, so that's how you get drawn." Unfortunately, John's nan passed away. She was elderly, she was 87, and she was very poorly. We knew it was coming. It wasn't a massive shock to us, but I've just sort of represented her as a star. And we also had Remembrance Sunday. It was quite weird because it was on the same day, and we kind of went for a really peaceful walk in the woods, and just kind of, you know, surrounded ourselves with kind of peace and quiet and contemplation. Bunnies. You'll see a few bunnies pop up here and there on my pages, obviously, because not only do I have bunnies, but bunnies are like a major kind of source of inspiration for me. So there you go. This is what I was talking about, when you have like a mundane kind of day. Like, I just spent all day on the computer kind of replying to emails and comments and, you know, this and that. So I didn't really feel like there was much going on in the day, but I mean, it's still a day worth documenting. And I think everyone has days where it's a bit, you know, mundane or monotonous. This was a little bit different. I was having some real problems with my hand on this day, so I just drew my hand and doodled it in. And I just spent some time doodling whilst watching YouTube videos. All of these are coloured in with watercolour, by the way. I did a video on using watercolour in my Fauxbonichi, so if you've missed that, then like go and check that out. But these are all watercolour, all done with the Winsor & Newton brand, and as you'll see, there's no crinkling to the pages whatsoever. Any crinkling is by me keep turning the page. So yeah, there we go. Moving on. This is a guinea pig. My guinea pigs. A reverse guinea pig, because my guinea pigs are actually black with a white stripe down their nose. But if I was to draw them, you wouldn't be able to see their eyes. So that's why I kind of do like a reverse guinea pig. So I posted this picture on Instagram. This is me like yawning because I was really tired, and everyone said that made them feel like wanting to yawn. So sorry, sorry about that. Yes. That's John's mum and dad in cartoon form. That's John's mum, obviously, and John's dad. John was like, "Oh my god, they're so funny." Yeah, that's just how I see people in like kind of cartoony form, and you're just gonna have to live with that. That's just how I see them. So that's how they're drawn. They came over for dinner because we were going on holiday, and they were babysitting. They were staying at our house and babysitting the kids. So they had a kind of handover session. Sunday the 16th of November, John and I had been together for 17 whole years. Yeah, we met when we were just born. No, only kidding. We actually met when we were 11 at school, and we were really good friends at school. I've probably told this story. So we were good friends at school, and then we got together at 16 when we left school, and we've now been together for 17 years. crazy. That's me in a bath, by the way. Some of these things I've never drawn before, so it's quite good for me also to kind of practice my drawing skills and things like and doodle skills, because I would never normally think of drawing myself in a bath. But because I was documenting that I had a really nice relaxing bath, it was kind of an excuse for me to kind of practice drawing that. So that's another really good thing with this journal. I took my journal on holiday with us. We went away for 5 days from Monday to Friday, and I took my journal away with me and my watercolours and everything. John is really used to doing that. That's not a new thing. And I wrote in my journal every single evening when we got back to the hotel. I mean, whenever you're on holiday, there's always some downtime, isn't there? Because you're not like go the entire time. In the evenings, when we like after dinner and stuff, when we got back to the hotel and we're just chilling out, I did an entry in my journal. So I'm really actually quite chuffed with myself that I did that, and now I've got these memories to look back on as well. That was me in my funky new swimming costume. I drew myself a lot slimmer than I actually am. This is my like fantasy me. But there we go. As you can see, like I ended up doing more writing. The ratio writing to pictures was a lot greater. That's because I wanted to kind of write and document what we did as opposed to kind of draw. And I like this as well. I find this page very pleasing to my eye, just as much as the ones with lots of doodles on. And, you know, it's my journal, so I can do whatever I like. And so I did. There's a couple pieces of washi tape there, because I kind of run out of things to say and doodle about, and I just shoved some washi tape in there. John playing golf, and he was like, oh my god, that does not look like me. But he does like my little doodles. He thinks they're quite, you know, cute and quirky. And because we were on holiday together, I asked John to draw in my book, and he was kind of like, no, I don't want to ruin your book. And I was like, please, it'd be really nice, because then we've kind of got a record and stuff. So he was like, okay then, I will. So this is John's record keeping in my journal, his little doodles. He did it in pencil, and he said, I've done it in pencil in case you want to rub it out. And I was like, well, why would I want to rub it out? I've got like you documented in here. I don't want to rub it out. I think that's absolutely cool that you wanted to do something in my journal. So this is me and John in the pool, in the spa. And this is me and John having a cuppa at Starbucks. Look at the amount of cream that John's got on his Starbucks mug there. And then look at my crazy hair. I think he was getting me back for me drawing him looking like Elvis. I love it. Just little snippets to cherish. This page was done with stickers. I was just having one of those days where I didn't want to doodle anything, and a very lovely, kind YouTube subscriber sent me a gift package with loads of Christmas goodies in from the States, which I absolutely love. Thank you so much, June. And I wanted to use some of the stickers, and this was our very last day on holiday, and we went to the it's a Dutch pancake house, and they also do lots of gingerbread stuff, and it was all decked out for Christmas. So these stickers were just absolutely perfect and fitting. So yes, that's what I did. And another YouTube subscriber over on my vlogging channel, she was surprised that I'd never ever tried any, is it s'mores? I don't know how you even pronounce s'mores, if that's how you pronounce it. She was surprised that I'd never ever tried any s'mores, and I was like, well, it's not the sort of thing we have in the UK. So bless her, she was like, everybody needs to try a s'mores once in their life. So she very kindly sent me a kit to make some s'mores, and I tell you what, oh my god, they are absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving them. So of course, that got doodled in my book, and we had to go to Hobbycraft to get some nice paper, because we were printing out the order of service for John's nan's funeral. And so we ended up having a Hobbycraft trip, which for you guys in the States is I guess a little bit like your Michael's or Joann's, but on a much smaller scale, and I'm talking a much smaller scale. And I picked up some washi tapes, of course. Brand new washi tape goes in the journal. Again, new washi tape sent to me from Pen Pal, which is lovely. I love that washi tape. Thank you so much, Wendy. I love it. It's gone straight in my journal. And I love seeing how Wendy puts stuff I send her in her journal. So that's really, really cool. John's brother's birthday on the Sunday. John's mum got him individual cupcakes. So that was quite nice. And just, yeah, you can see my style like really coming out now. Another guinea pig. This time, as I said to you before in the last picture, I did a reverse guinea pig. This time, rather than doing black, I did it in like a charcoaly grey so you could still see her eyes. So that's what I did there. And as you can see, you know, I have to do mundane stuff like laundry and stuff too. But, you know, I still think it's a day worth documenting. My mum and dad have finally got internet. It took them from the 1st of November to it actually took them to the 25th of November for their internet and telephone to get installed in their house in Italy. So they finally had internet, so we did a FaceTime, or I did Skype them on the computer, so that was the first time I got to actually see them in like a month, so that was really nice. We've spoken on the mobile phones, but the signal hasn't been that great because where they live, it's all in the mountains. I'll take you there one day, probably next year. I'll go and I'll vlog while I'm there because it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. But it was really nice to be able to, you know, Skype and see them in the flesh. So that's my dad, that's my mum. My mum has got crazy spiky hair as well. So yes. And then the very last day, as I say, it's been a month, I closed my book when my watercolours were still wet. I closed my book, and so I've got this nice massive smudge there, which I shall do something with. So yeah, so the 27th, it was John's nan's funeral, and, you know, what else can you say about that, really? So they played Catch a Falling Star and Put It in Your Pocket, that song, at the end of her funeral, which incidentally is the ringtone on my mobile phone, or was, which is kind of strange. Is my little connection to Nan and stuff. So yeah, because I don't have any grandparents left, so I kind of class John's nan as my nan, and I have looked after her in the past, so we had quite a close connection, and so that's kind of like just that's it, you know, what else do you say? So that's kind of like my tribute, and that's it, guys. That is my month, my first month in my Fauxbonichi, and like the different way that I've kind of, you know, been journaling it. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that flip, and as I said, just kind of let me know if you want to see any more, when you want to see more, like the frequency and in what kind of format, and I will try to accommodate you all. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.